gotten rid of some bunkers. He's moving some bunkers. They've changed some greens, a whole new green on 16, 17 greens all grown in. It's fantastic. So if you're looking for a fun place to play that's a little bit out of the city, gorgeous views yesterday, all lined up. Saw Mount Hood, Mount Adams, Mount St. Helens, all right there in the same view on the 13 green as I just absolutely shanked second shot after a beautiful drive. You got to get out there. You got to. I think you would enjoy golf. Not in a competitive standpoint. I just think the process of being outside.
Yeah.
How
do you know I like being outside?
You just seem like you have that quality about you.
Have you ever asked me?
No.
Go on then.
Do you enjoy the outdoors?
I actually enjoy the outdoors quite a bit.
Yes.
You are correct.
Yes.
I would enjoy that part of it. It's the fact of the game being too slow. It's just too slow. That's it. I appreciate it and the quality and the skill at which I actually watched the last round of the Masters. I saw Scotty Scheffler. I saw Scotty Scheffler kick the
He put the hammer down starting at 8.
Kick the teeth in on everybody. And I could appreciate that skill.
Yes.
It's pretty impressive.
It is.
Pretty damn impressive, especially a tournament like that. Just coming in there and saying, get out of my way.
Everybody was there, and then the shot on 9 when he spun it back should have fallen in for an eagle, but, a kick-in birdie.
Yeah.
And everybody else then started falling apart.
Do you have a tradition for Sunday at the Masters? Because I saw on my social media a lot of people had like these,
some people do. I don't because no, because now I've been doing the hops sometimes there's a game that day, so I can't really get too involved. It would be fun, I think, sometime to do make pimento cheese sandwiches and figure out how to their signature cocktail is the azalea.
The azalea?
Yes, the azalea. They actually released for the first time, I think, or it went public and viral, the actual recipe for that cocktail. There'd been a lot of
looks lovely
traditions around there. But yes, a lovely springtime cocktail for you. So to do some of those things and everybody dressed in their finest shades of green, some sort of betting contest, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you should do it.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to wait till the next Hops schedule comes out. They could be playing there.
Hops.
The Hops.
Yeah, but, man, it was impressive. I didn't plan on actually watching it, and then I found myself with my hands in my lap on Sunday. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? And I go,
exactly.
Turn the Masters on, I guess.
There you go. No, it was an impressive performance by Scotty Scheffler. He's in contention again. We'll talk a little bit about does having a single dominant player help the tours? It's also going on the LPGA. They're playing their first major. Nelly Korda going for 5 consecutive wins in 5 starts. She'd just be the 3rd player ever in LPGA history to do that, and she is in contention for that. Plenty of guests for you today at 8:15 coming up. We're going out to Persimmon. Chad Fribley is the director of instruction out there. And he is attempting to go for a Guinness World Record here in a few weeks relating to golf, also to raise some money for Oregon Junior Golf. He's going to join us at 8:15 to discuss going about that, and in so doing, maybe helping those of us who struggle with their short games and putting a little tip here and there to make a few more birdies, make a few more pars. There were way too many bogeys and double bogeys on my card. Then at 8:45, it's that time of year again. Our good friend David Phipps from the Golf Course Superintendents Association. He is the Northwest Regional Representative. Rounds for Research. The auction is getting set to go live. It's your opportunity. If you've ever want to play some of the great courses all around the country, several courses around the state of Oregon, including several private courses, offering up foursomes for you to go and play, including Bandon Dunes is on there this year. A foursome down there. It's your opportunity to do so, all to raise money for their foundation, which goes back into turf management research so that they can improve and better keep up the golf courses without also draining more resources, natural resources, water conservation, all of those sorts of things. our local, the Oregon Golf Course Superintendents Association has a program with Oregon State, a position down there for their turf management as well. So it's a chance to raise money. We'll talk to David and see what's going on there at 8:45. You ready to roll?
Let's do this.
Let's go inside the ropes.
It's time for an insider's look at the leaderboards, the latest on all tours, plus local golf events and golf news. This is Inside the Ropes, part of Golf in the Northwest.
4 tours we are keeping an eye on this weekend. We will start with the Korn Ferry Tour. They are at Lakewood Ranch, Florida, the Lakewood National Golf Club for the Laycom Suncoast Classic, stop number 8 of 26. And Brandon Crick is your leader, 14 under par, had a 62 bogey-free 9 under in round 2. He's got a one-shot lead. Some great stories here. Crick is one of those journeyman guys. He's played on mini tours all throughout the Midwest. It is his 134th or 138th start. He is still looking for his first win at age 36, and see if he can get this going. It's the first time he's held a lead after any round in his long career on the Korn Ferry Tour. Right behind him, one shot back, is an amazing story. Morgan Hoffman at 13 under par, who at one point was one of the next great up-and-comers on the PGA Tour, but then was diagnosed with a rare form of muscular dystrophy and had been out for some 5 years trying to search for a way to manage it. There's no cure for it, but is there a way to treat it or allow him? He came back to playing competitive golf in 2022, and he's exempt on the Korn Ferry Tour, so he is trying to see if he can get a win there and earn his card back to get on the Korn Ferry Tour. Locally, our man Alistair Doherty made the cut. He's 7 under par. He's on the course this morning, even through 4 holes, trying to get up there, get a top 10 finish, try to get some points, see if he can make his way as he continues his quest for a PGA Tour card. Split events on the PGA Tour this week because you have the signature event. So the alternate event is the Corales Punta Cana Championship at the Punta Cana Resort and Golf Club. They are in the Dominican Republic. Wesley Bryan is your leader, 15 under par. Justin Lauer one back at 14 under par. Grayson Sigg is in the mix, but they're going low. Tyson Alexander already 6 under through 11 holes. He's now tied with Grayson Sigg. So the players that did not qualify for the RBC Heritage, they are going as well. One other note from the Laycom, the youngest player ever to make a cut, 15 years and 5 months, is Miles Russell. He's the number 1 ranked junior player in the Rolex AJGA rankings. He did make the cut, and so one of those young names to keep your eye on. The PGA Tour, the week after the Masters, a signature event, so most of those players that qualified for the Masters here, in fact, a 4-way tie atop the lead. Tom Hoge at 11 under, along with Sepp Straka, JT Poston, and all eyes on Colin Morikawa, who was in contention for a bit at the Masters. He's trying to get back up to where he was a few years back after he won the British Open in 2021. He only has one other win on tour. That was the Zozo Championship. It was an off-season event this last fall-winter. But having a big-time win certainly would help him get it back together and get back up into the ranks where we thought he was going. That British Open win was his second in 2 years, and we thought he was going to be one of those players to stay at the top. But he hasn't been able to sustain it. They are all at 11 under. Scotty Scheffler, world number 1, coming off the Masters win. He is in contention, tied for 10th at 8 under par. Patrick Cantlay in the mix at 9 under. And the rookie sensation, Ludwig Åberg, 10 under par, looking for his second win. And if he can stay up there, he possibly could move into second place. And it's just a beginning. He ended up finishing runner-up at the Masters, had a great time. And the youngster from Texas Tech, the young Swede, looks like he might be somebody who can sustain success at an early age and be a consistent threat all throughout the PGA Tour. First major of the season on the LPGA is the Chevron Championship, and they are in the Woodlands, Texas, playing the club at Carlton Woods, and all eyes are on Nelly Korda, trying to become the third player in LPGA history to win 5 consecutive starts. And she starts the day one shot off the lead, 7 under par. The rookie Jinhee Im is at 8 under. Atia Titakun is at 8 under as well. They are looking for their first major victories. But for Nelly Korda, good to see that she is back. She is healthy. She's retaken the number 1 ranking in the world for the women, and is just having a great old time in second place despite a double bogey on the first hole yesterday. But conditions look fantastic right now. They are going low in some of the players out early on the course. Nana Kurtz Madsen is 5 under at the turn. Ji Shin 4 under. So conditions look great for the women. We could see some low scores, and if Nelly gets it rolling, she's just been dominant. Whether it's coming from behind on Sunday, whether it's getting out to a lead early on, just very, very comfortable. Things, when she hits it just a little sideways, don't seem to bother her. Her scrambling has been fantastic. The putter has been there for her, but her ability to get out of trouble and give herself opportunities to get it in for par, saving pars, not making a lot of bogeys, has been outstanding. And so we'll see if she can join Nancy Lopez and Annika Sorenstam as the only players to win 5 consecutive starts. It would be, if she gets it, 4 starts in 4 straight weeks also, which is a rarity on the tour. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. That coverage kicks in at noon on KGW 8. There is pre-round coverage, or early round coverage, I should say, on ESPN Plus if you have access there. That's what's going on around the tours. But let's come back locally. We'll come back with the business of golf, and we will introduce you to Chad Fribley, who is the Director of Instruction, a PGA associate out at Persimmon Country Club. He is going to try to break a Guinness Book of World Records related to golf. He joins us next as we get going here. It's Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
Auto accident? Need a loaner today? Call Life's Auto Collision Centers. We can get you into a replacement vehicle as early as today. At Life's, we work with all insurance companies. We process your claim fast, repair your vehicle to pre-loss, bill direct, and get you back on the road hassle-free. Need your vehicle picked up? Call Life's and we'll send out one of our fleet flatbed trucks to your home or office anywhere in the Northwest. Life's Auto Collision, the industry leader for 33 years, locally owned, the finest in collision repair.
Hey, it's Suk. And guys, for those of you with a full head of hair, congratulations. Studies show that one of the most attractive physical features is a full head of hair. It sucks to be me, because you know what the least attractive? Well, hair loss. And some say that no amount of cars or houses or success can make up for balding, as it leaves the greatest lasting impression. But it doesn't have to be that way for a lot of you. For me, it's too late. But Advanced Hair has the quick one-day solution for a lot of your hair losses that can make you look 10 to 20 years younger. No more expensive pills or topicals, just your very own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has improved tens of thousands of lives, and I sure wish they were around when I went bald decades ago. Did I mention with Advanced Hair, your own natural hair begins to grow the very next day? So for your free, no-hassle consultation, call 503-832-HAIR. And if you qualify, you get $250 and 250 free hair grafts. That's 503-832-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate, or hiring someone to move your piano instead of doing it yourself. So, do things the better way. Bundle home and auto and save up to 25% with Allstate.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Fan 411.
Log on to the contest page at 1080thefan.com now for your last chance to win a pair of tickets to see Amon Amarth, the Metal Crushes All Tour, Friday, April 26th at the Alaska Airlines Theater of the Clouds. Details on how to enter can be found at 1080thefan.com. And download the free Odyssey app and favorite 1080 The Fan for exclusive content from fan hosts, easy access to fan podcasts, and more.
That's the Fan 411.
Did you know the law requires insurance companies to pay you 100% of your auto claim in cash? At Leif's, we're here to help you do just that. It's your money. Thinking about cashing out, a partial repair, or for many, a pre-loss repair? We're on your side. Remember, it's your money, but to settle your claim 100%, you'll need a professional. Insurers will not settle your claim correctly without a pro working for you. Custom services, deduct assist, loaners, pickup and delivery. Leif's, we're always on your side.
Which new driver is best for your game? Who makes the best golf gear? Where should you take your next golf vacation? Which local course should you get to know better? This is the business of golf. Every week on Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
8:16 here this morning. Golf in the Northwest, a little business here as we try to raise a little bit of money for Oregon Junior Golf and set a Guinness World Record in the process. Coming up Monday, May the 13th, Chad Fribley and Tasha Garma, each attempting to set a Guinness World Record for the most birdies made in 12 hours. This will be out at Persimmon Country Club, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., in association with the PGA 100 Holes of Golf fundraising program. Chad joins us now. He's the director of instruction out at Persimmon, giving lessons. And first of all, good morning. Welcome in. Where did the idea for this and setting a Guinness World Records kind of come about for you, Chad?
Good morning. This record idea, I've actually been kind of dreaming about this and looking at this idea probably for about 8 or 9 years now. It's something I kind of just got flipping through the Guinness World Record book and looking up their records online of what they have out there for golf. I thought it'd be kind of cool to, who doesn't dream of being in the history books when they're growing up?
Okay.
And so I was actually living in the Bay Area at the time and had kind of selected a course down there that I thought this might be possible on, and it just never came to fruition. But after moving out to Persimmon Country Club and becoming the director of instruction there last year, I started looking at the course and kind of revisiting this record idea and thought the layout of the course, the structure of it, how many birdies I need to get. I started to think there might be some real possibilities out there and wanted to turn it into a fundraising opportunity for a cause that kind of means a lot to me.
Well, no question. You're out there as the director of instruction, but you've been in the golf business for over 30 years. You've played, you've caddied, you've taught. A little bit of background for you and your journey to get there at Persimmon, working with our good friend Chanley out there.
Yeah, absolutely. The move out there has been a phenomenal change for my career and where I want to go in the future. But yeah, try and give you the brief rundown on my background. I grew up in Tualatin, Oregon. I'm actually living back in Tualatin, which is kind of crazy and mind-boggling in itself. I went to, after graduating Tualatin High, I went to what's called a professional golf management program, which is a college program associated with the PGA of America, run at a number of universities around the country. I went to New Mexico State for 5 years, walked onto the golf team down there. After graduation, I ended up out in Hawaii at Kapalua Resort and worked there for a couple years. Went up to Seattle, worked up there as an assistant pro, and then somebody got in my ear and said I should go play. And so I went out and played full-time professionally for 10 years, playing every mini tour there was in the country, doing PGA Tour Q School a number of times, U.S. Open qualifiers. I did it all except for quite getting all the way to the PGA Tour. Along those journeys, I met my now wife, and we eventually I kind of had to settle things down a bit. Ended up back in the Bay Area, back in the golf business as an assistant pro in Napa Valley, and then we relocated back up here about 7 years ago. I spent some time teaching at another course in the area before moving to Persimmon last year, and I really absolutely enjoy the membership out there, helping both members and non-members, and just sharing my experiences, again, as you said, as a player, as a caddy, as a coach, trying to just help people reach their goals in the game.
Chad Fribley is our guest here, Director of Instruction out there at Persimmon. And so first of all, what is the record for most birdies, and what is the in a day or whatever, and what's the parameters of getting the new record?
Well, I mean, as you dig into it, it gets a little bit more complicated than you think. Unfortunately, I think the way some of the things work, when you look at a record on Guinness's website, you really don't get the details until you actually submit an application, and then they hit you pretty hard with all the parameters of things. So the basics of it, the current existing record right now is 93 birdies in 12 hours. So that's a pretty hefty number. It's been the current record holder had set it previously, and when I looked at it 8 years ago or whatever, it was probably around 80, and then he thought he needed to up that number, and now we really have our work cut out. The golf course, one of the stipulations, they have a certain yardage. The golf course just has to be set up at a certain yardage, so I'm going to mix and match the tees out there at Persimmon to meet that yardage, and set it up in a way that I think is going to hopefully produce the most birdie opportunities for me.
Perfect. And you're doing this also with you've got somebody doing it with you, Tasha Garma, as well. And then part of the process too, and going through this, is to raise money for Oregon Junior Golf, whether it's camps, whether it's the PGA Junior Golf competition. And I know that you love teaching the game to the youngsters as well. How can people get involved to donate, and whether it's per birdie or just a donation for you as well?
Appreciate the question there. So yeah, I decided, originally I was setting out to do this on my own. And then as I looked more into it, we actually have found that there is not currently an existing female record of this exact attempt. So I partnered up with Tasha Garma, who is also a local teaching professional out of Sahali, and she is also a member at Persimmon Country Club. And so I thought it'd be a great way to really kind of inspire our membership up there, have both of us out there trying to set a record. And as far as the information we have, her record will be a women's record, because there is not an existing one. So that's kind of nice that we can kind of say that. And then the Oregon Junior Golf part of it kind of came in, again, wanting to do this as a way to not just inspire my own kids, but to inspire other golfers and other junior golfers in Oregon that, hey, there's a lot you can do in golf throughout your entire life, including setting world records. And so I grew up in Oregon junior golf, playing a lot of tournaments and getting my competitive juices going doing that. Once I got out of junior golf, my dad spent 20 plus years as an OGA volunteer at events. And since his passing, I've been looking for a way to try and give back to Oregon junior golf and what it did for me and my foundation, but also do something kind of in memory of my dad as well.
A noble cause, and trust me, that money goes right back in helping kids get onto courses, into events, get them equipment, whatever it needs to make the game more accessible to more kids throughout the state of Oregon. Chad Fribley is our guest. Okay, in preparation for this, anybody that's played Persimmon over the years knows those greens can get firm and fast really quick. I imagine the weather lately has been ideal, mostly dry, not too hot. A little bit of rain here and there. So I know the staff out there is going to have that thing primed for you. How do you prepare? Because you still have to make it. It's not just, you're not just throwing golf balls down and putting wherever you want it to be. You still have to play a regular round of golf and get yourself in position to make putts. But what do you focus on with the short game so that when you put yourself in position, whether it's a 5-footer or a 25-footer, you're ready to go and dialed in?
Well, I mean, I've got a variety of things going for prep for this. It's a lot of moving parts and pieces, but especially to do something in this volume. I've been doing some trials, some kind of test runs on how fast I can actually play the golf course. I figure to have a legitimate chance to set this record with the number of birdies I need, that I'm probably going to have to play about 14 rounds of golf in that 12 hours. And so I've done a few test runs at just over an hour for 18 holes, and that was cart path only with just our stock golf carts. So I'm going to be using some souped up faster carts, and then going off the cart path, obviously, if weather permitting. So I'm anticipating hopefully being able to do 18 holes in about 50 minutes. And then again, yeah, like as you said, we do have to actually play out the hole. Can't just pick up once I miss the birdie putt. But I've also been working out with a trainer for about a year now, just prepare my body for the golf game in general, but also we've been ramping up endurance and cardio and stuff, getting ready for this record attempt. And then just trying to ramp up my repetitions. Like today, for example, I'm trying to make sure I'm just home for the day. I'm trying to make sure I swing the golf club 50 times an hour for 12 hours. So I'm going to end up, making about 600 practice swings at home today, just trying to get the repetitions up in my body.
Well, when you go through that, what breaks down in the strokes, whether it's regular strokes or like for people that maybe you're going on a big golf weekend, so you're going to be playing 30, you're going to Bandon or somewhere and you're trying to get all the golf in, 36 holes a day for 2 or 3 days. As your body starts to get tired and fatigue, what do you have to adjust for or keep in mind with your full swing and on the putting surface?
Wow. Phenomenal questions. For anybody, again, Bandon's a great example of that. What tends to happen, it's like I've luckily played enough tournament golf to kind of have an idea of what my tendencies are when I get tired. I think a lot of us will see that in our own golf games towards the end of the back nine, maybe 14th, 15th hole. You're a little low on food, a little dehydrated, your legs are getting heavy. So a lot of times we get, our legs get tired and heavy. We tend to get a little too upper body-ish with the golf swing, maybe a few more pulls, things like that. So just being aware of what your tendencies are when you do get tired and kind of take those into consideration when selecting shots, maybe taking an extra club towards the end of the round when you're getting a little more tired. Putting, that's going to be, that's not, a little less effort there, not making the full swing and all that, but just trying to pay attention to really going through my routine, committing to making my read and trying to start the ball on line. That's kind of the normal routine for the putting.
You mentioned food, nutrition. Have you mapped out because obviously you don't want to put anything in your stomach that's going to upset it at all, but you're going to need plenty of fuel to get through the day. Have you talked to like triathletes or anything like that about nutrition and how to keep fuel in your body all day?
No, it's a good point. I have not actually reached out to somebody that's done more of an endurance exercise like this, but I have a lot of faith in my trainer, Diana Del Garbino at Muscles in Motion, and working through, and she's going to help me. She's helping me with my fitness and my eating. And, she'll tell me how to kind of how much protein, how many calories and things I should be trying to take in per hour to try and sustain that the best I can.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great event. It is Monday, May 13th, out there at Persimmon again. For people that want to find out more about the event or to help and donate to the cause for Oregon Junior Golf, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
They can reach me directly at chad.fribley@gmail.com for information or finding out more about this. We also do have a GoFundMe page set up for direct donations for this event. You can always just type into the search on GoFundMe, Oregon Junior Golf, and you'll see the Guinness World Record logo pop up with the Oregon Junior Golf Fundraiser.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you the best of luck. We will definitely check in with you once you're done to see if you got it or how close that you did get. Tasha as well is going to establish one, so it should be a lot of fun. And for people, again, you can go to the Persimmon Country Club website as well. For members, or if you're looking for instruction, say hi to Chanley and Zach out there for us, and best of luck. We're hoping that you just blow it away and get to 100.
Appreciate that. Thanks for having me on, and look forward to getting back on and giving you guys an update on how it all went.
There you go. Chad Fribley, Director of Instruction out at Persimmon, going for a Guinness World Record. Most birdies in 12 hours. Should be a lot of fun. Again, that's chad.fribley, Fribley, @gmail.com. We'll tweet out some links to that in the GoFundMe page as well. So a lot of fun out there. They will have that place dialed. Everybody takes great care of that course out there. They've been kind to us over the years here with Dirt and Sprague and having us out on different occasions. And, boy, when the greens are perfect, all you got to do is pick a line. That thing will roll on home. So best of luck to Chad and to Tasha. We'll come back. We'll recap the Masters a little bit. Some local golf notes as well. And still to come at 8:45, we will talk to our good friend David Phipps from the Oregon Golf Course Superintendents Association. They have their big Rounds for Research auction coming up to help drive more dollars into research for turf management and other things very critical to keeping our golf courses healthy and playable. We're making the turn here. It's Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
When people have a craving to explore new and traditional Asian cuisines, they head to P.F. Chang's, where scratch-made dishes come from the 2,000-year-old tradition of wok cooking. P.F. Chang's wanted to explore new possibilities for their website. They turned to AmericanEagle.com. AmericanEagle.com re-architected P.F. Chang's website, integrating multiple third-party systems to create a unified digital experience. The results? Improved page speed and performance, personalized content based on users' location, intuitive online ordering, an increase in organic search visibility, and a 40% increase in new users. For scratch-made Asian cuisine, visit your local P.F. Chang's or go to pfchangs.com for website design, development, digital marketing, and hosting that produce efficiency, revenue, and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. P.F. Chang's and AmericanEagle.com. Another example of the best businesses in the world, turning to the best in the business for websites. Go to AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
Hey, it's Dusty. When my family and I are in a time crunch or just want a delicious meal, our go-to is always Victor Rico's Mexican food. My favorite is the Northwest Burrito. My kids love the rolled tacos. With several area locations, it's easy to pick up Victor Rico's. Order online now at victorricos.com or on the mobile app.
Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs. Some even same day. And now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Offer ends 6/1. Visit staples.com/print for details. Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Hi, Discover. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I'm so glad I can talk to you 24/7.
How can I help?
I bought these yellow pleather pajamas, and I don't think I'm pulling them off.
Discover 24/7 U.S.-based customer service. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This is Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
Thanks again to Chad Fribley for hopping on the line there. And we just tweeted out at FanSwag the GoFundMe link if you're looking to help. Again, those donations going to Oregon Junior Golf. They subsidize a lot of golfing opportunities for juniors ages 8 to 18, as well as putting on the tournaments for them around the state of Oregon. So all of the major Northwest, the Oregon chapter for the club management, the Pacific Northwest Golf Association, the Oregon chapter of the PGA, the OGA, the Oregon chapter of the Golf Course Superintendents Association, all helping to do everything they can to make the game more playable, more accessible for our young golfers and getting them out there. And best of luck to Chad. I also want to give a best of luck to a couple of local pros as well, as the PGA Professional National Club Championship getting going. That will be in a week, April 28th through May 1st. They're playing out in Frisco. This is to determine the 10 spots. So these are club pros all across the country, just like Chad. And they, the very, very best, that will get 10 slots in the PGA Championship at Valhalla later in May. Scott Erdman out at Oswego Lake Country Club and Colin Inglis from Shadow Hills will be representing the Oregon chapter playing there. It's quite a grind. And you'll see it. Golf Channel will pick that up as well, but it's always fun when one of our local pros actually gets an opportunity to play in that PGA Championship. We remember the story with Michael Block last year and everything that came out from that. It's a great story, always a lot of fun for those guys. But there are some great players amongst our pros at our courses here locally. So that's going on, I think, April 28th through May 1st, and Golf Channel will be picking that up. Quite a Masters. We talked about it off the top of the show, but Scottie Scheffler winning back-to-back there. He is setting himself up to have an amazing season. It's, we don't throw it around Tiger-like seasons. Anything compared to Tiger usually bristles a lot of people. Say nobody's ever Tiger. And while the personality is vastly different, if you want to look at what he's got going on this year, 3 wins in 9 events, 1 other runner-up, top 10 in 8 of his 9 starts. It includes a Masters. He's way out in front in the FedEx Cup. His last 4 events, the Arnold Palmer was a signature event. That he won. He won the Players, second in Houston, and then wins the Masters. He's in contention right now, top 10 again. And so the question always becomes, is professional golf more attractive when there is a dominant, clear number 1 player that's head and shoulders above everybody else and everybody's trying to run him down? And anytime he is in a tournament, does it draw eyeballs, or was Tiger just that special? We'll ask Will, what gets you, because you're not dialing in golf week in, week out. You took in the Masters and appreciated what he did on that back 9. It started on 9. He spins that second shot right back to within a couple inches. Everybody else starts hitting it in the water, hitting it into sand traps, 3-putting, and Scottie just has, I think, from a competitive standpoint, very some similar traits to Tiger. His personality is completely different. His approach to the game is completely different. But that one piece, that is, I hate losing, it's much more internalized with Scottie, but I think it's very similar to the way Tiger was, that allowed him to put the hammer down when it was time to separate.
The reason Scottie Scheffler will not be Tiger Woods, and really nobody else will be unless they, and actually I argue that it probably won't happen again because of how demographics and popular culture are starting to play
There's
out.
a lot of factors that went into Tiger being Tiger, no question.
Oh, there are. But I would tell you the media frenzy around it is the fact that he was a mixed race, absolute beast on the golf course. And that played 70-30. The 70 part was the fact that he was absolutely incredible on the golf course. He was a golfer that nobody had really seen before in terms of style. And the 30% was that he wasn't a white guy. I'm telling you that. And really, that was a massive part of it because he came in. A lot of times in sports, this happens where somebody comes into a spot at the perfect time. Where right at the end of the 90s and into the 2000s, you had a culture of Gen Xers who were requesting and who were demanding more from popular media. Show more diversity. Show more people that look like what America is in our generation and what it will be in, I'm speaking in my terms, my generation moving forward. And Tiger Woods comes onto the scene and becomes this absolute just catalyst for excitement, for youth, for energy that gets behind golf. And the icing on the cake is that he looks more like the generation than the one who played golf before him.
He made golf cool.
He made golf
He made
cool.
golf athletic.
Well, and he broke a barrier in terms of race for many people who were not white, who felt like they were left out of golf and said, you know, hey, this is something I can do. And the reason I say this in terms of there really won't be another Tiger Woods, is that the population has now become very diverse. Where Tiger Woods or anybody else who is non-white that comes into golf and plays really well, that part of it's not really important anymore.
No.
And so Tiger Woods came in at the perfect moment with the perfect talent and just became something that we couldn't have ever imagined.
And unfortunately, it was great to see him make the cut. What he did on Friday was pretty miraculous with the state of his body, and then it took its toll on the weekend, and he wasn't able to sustain it. The only way, you know, it's a catch-22 for him. The only way he's going to get back to a level where he can possibly be relevant for a tournament is to play golf, and the one thing he can't do consistently the way his body is play competitive golf. So I don't know if and when I think the only major he could possibly ever win again is the Masters. Because he's in it no matter what. He doesn't have to qualify. As a past champion, he can play until he's done playing. He can ramp up to get his body into shape. Take 2 months, get whatever, he can rest and get there. He knows that place like the back of his hand. So, and it's not one of the majors that rotates around. So it's the same course. He knows it inside and out. So if he was to ever pull it off again, if somehow his body, can get to a point where he can build up the conditioning so he can play 72 holes the way that we saw him play, the first 18 or the first 36 and sustain it, just maybe he might have a Jack Nicklaus moment when he won the 86 Masters. We'll see if it translates. Dominance going on the LPGA Tour as well, with Nelly Korda trying to become just the third player in LPGA history. I think that would be a big boost to them trying for that tour to break through a little bit. We saw it with Annika when she was such a phenomenon. We saw it with Lorena Ochoa when she was a phenomenon. And I think Nelly has that sort of fun personality. If later on down the road she got a sponsor invite to go to a PGA tournament, I think she's got enough game where she might be able to get out at 6 feet tall. She has enough length where she wouldn't just be overpowered by the courses and the length there. She'd fit right in. She'd love it. She's a great personality. And so hopefully it would be fun to see her keep this thing going and bring some more attention to just how great the competition is on the LPGA Tour. So we'll see if some dominance on those tours brings more eyeballs to it. When we come back, time to talk to our good friend David Phipps. He is the Northwest region manager or liaison for the Golf Course Superintendents of America. And they are having their Rounds for Research benefit auction going on. If you've ever wanted to play some of the best courses in the United States, here's your opportunity as well. They want to raise money for their GCSAA Foundation that does turf management research for all the local chapters across the country. Money comes back right here into the state of Oregon to get into the research to help maintain and manage the golf courses for us to be more playable, more sustainable. And he'll tell you how that can happen, some of the courses available to bid on as we come back with him next here, Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
Hey, it's Souk, and let me tell you, there's a huge difference between having just a backyard and a true outdoor living space. After Vulcan Design and Construction finished with the project in my house, I can tell you it's worth it to work with the experts. Whatever you're dreaming of for your home, covered patio, custom fire pit, or an outdoor kitchen, the team at Vulcan can make that dream a reality and help you take your vision to the next level. For inspiration and ideas, check out the photos of their award-winning projects or schedule a free design consultation at vulcandc.com. That's vulcandc.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
This is Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
Center and Saint to follow us. Then NBA playoff basketball game 1, Lakers and Nuggets tonight here on The Fan at 5 o'clock. But before we wrap things up, this time every year we check in with our good friend David Phipps from the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. He is the representative here in the Northwest region, getting around, spreading the word to all the courses. He's been on the road. You were in Montana, I saw recently. Are you home back in Oregon City? Are you still on the road?
No, I'm finally home. I got home yesterday morning, so it's been a long week, but it's good to be home.
Well, it's good to be home. The weather's great. Hopefully you're finding time for a little play yourself, but it is that time of year, rounds for research. I think 3 or 4 years now we've had you on at this time. The auction gets set to go live on Monday on the 22nd, but this is the big fundraiser, annual fundraiser. It's done on a nationwide basis, but the money raised comes back into the individual chapters, the Oregon Golf Course Superintendents Association, and goes directly into research based on agronomic research, education, course operations. You guys have a program with Oregon State and their turf management down there. What are some of the things that this money goes into to help all of the golf courses around the state here better preserve the courses, be better environmentally, working with Oregon State?
Geez, Jason, I don't know why you need me. You've hit all the points, man. You've done your research. That's fantastic. No, Oregon State's been, actually, it is like the only turf school in the West Coast that actually caters to up-and-coming golf course superintendents. And so we're trying to grow that program so we can have those kids going to school get into the turf grass management industry and become golf course superintendents. Currently, we have, Alec Kowaleski is down there, and we have an endowment that supports his program or his position. We're looking to create a second endowment, and we're literally about $500,000 away from getting that done, or maybe 400. Just getting closer. So we're always trying to achieve that so we can have 2 full endowed positions at the university. I mean, we're pretty small potatoes when it comes to some of these turf grass programs. I mean, you've got Michigan State that's really huge, Penn State, Rutgers. They're the big ones, and they've got huge staffs. Oregon State's just getting by with a little staff, but they're putting out some big numbers in terms of research and benefiting the superintendents out here on the West Coast. One of the main things that they're hitting on now is, environment is always a key figure. One of the main disease problems that we have out here is that fusarium patch that you see in the shoulder seasons when it starts getting cold. We've got those pink rings out there on the putting green, and we try to avoid getting those things as much as we can. But if we can prevent that without using pesticides, that's all the better. And so Oregon State has developed a protocol for treating that with using nutrients and iron and different things. And actually, they're just as clean as if you're using a pesticide. So it's making huge leaps towards using fewer inputs, as well as doing some work out in Central Oregon for predicting winter damage on putting greens or fairways and things like that. So we're just trying ways that we can help the superintendent manage this course so it can come out better in the spring. And and out there, especially where you have snow cover, anytime you come out better in the spring, you're miles ahead in terms of playing conditions.
David Phipps is our guest here from the Golf Course Superintendents Association. He's the Northwest representative. Rounds for Research. The fun part for people wanting to donate, you can go do this by the auction. Oregon's got several foursomes up there, and the fun part is a lot of the private country clubs and courses making themselves available. Oswego Lake, Portland Golf Club, Pronghorn, and this year even Bandon Dunes has a package. Now you're going to have to write a check, but if you've always wanted to go have a golf getaway with your boys, tell them to pony up. You can do it, and also do so for a good cause, a little tax write-off for you as well. But it's a great way to do it. Are there some new entrants this year as in Oregon as well as across the country?
Oh, I know that we've had a lot come and go in Oregon, but we have a lot of them back. I mean, we have Tetherow is there, Sun River, Walton Country Club, Waverly Country Club. I mean, that's huge. That's a $1,200 value right there. I mean, it's a big number. And this is not just Oregon. I mean, if you're someone who travels around the country, there's 104 golf courses in Florida that are up for bid. In like the Carolinas, there's over 100, lots of hundreds. South Carolina, 186 golf courses.
Exactly. If you ever wanted to go somewhere, some of the big courses are there. TPC Sawgrass with the Valley Course. Pinehurst No. 2 has a package, but there's a lot of other courses near those that are much more reasonable in terms of price, but in some of the golf hotbeds across the country. And so it's a great idea if, hey, we want to go play, whether it's Georgia or Florida, Texas, or up the new hotbed is up in Wisconsin and Michigan. There, a lot of great courses coming to play. It's a great opportunity. And again, the money goes back into these development programs. How is our superintendents and golf courses? Are they still in need of staff? How goes staffing at golf courses as far as the superintendents go?
Yeah, sure. As a matter of fact, this week up in Montana, I was in Helena and talking to a member up there, and he says he's got more applications than he has positions. So that's the first I've heard of it. So it's exciting to see that. People are starting to realize the benefit of working on a golf course. I mean, we would love to attract more people into this industry. As a matter of fact, I'm going to a lot of FFA career fairs, their state FFA conferences, and promoting the turfgrass industry to FFA students. So we've been doing a lot of work. The GCSA has been working with the National FFA and getting a turfgrass curriculum in their program. So we're excited to see that. But that's a lot of low-hanging fruit. These kids that like to be farmers and work in the outdoors and in the environment. Well, this is a career that they can pursue and make a good living. So we're excited about that. But we still see golf courses struggling to fill positions when McDonald's is paying $19 an hour, and they may only be paying 18 or so. But this is the quality of work and the quality of life outside and being able to play golf after you're done playing, working. It's just it's a different ballgame. So.
Fantastic. Where do people go? Websites? How do they find out and see what there is to bid on? The bidding starts on Monday in the morning.
I would just go to Google and search rounds, the number 4, and then research, and that'll take you to the website Bidding for Good, or it might take you to the GCSAA's website where there's a link, and it'll take you right to the Bidding for Good website. Well,
safe travels. I hope you're home for a little while, but I know you're on the road. You got the biggest area, square miles wide to cover. David Phipps there, the Northwest regional representative for the Golf Course Superintendents Association. Rounds, the number 4, research.com. Thanks so much. We will catch up with you soon.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate the opportunity.
There you go. And again, Tethro, Sun River, the Oregon Golf Club, Tualatin, a lot of great courses. That'll run through April 28th. Thanks again to Chad Fribley for joining us. David Phipps. Sinner and Saint is up next. We are off next Saturday. I'm on vacation, but we'll be back at the start of May. Get your rounds in. Until then, I'm Jason. Hit 'em straight.
Just somebody out there with a big wooden paddle, and did they find my ball? Squishy. How tight it is. You have an idea of how hard it's blowing. Everything's starting to just come left, suck moisture out of the greens.
You know how easy I am.
Yeah, I know.
Peachy's in Europe.
April is here, and if your windows won't open for fresh air or seal tight to keep out pollen and bugs, then it's time to talk to Window Nation. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you'll get 2 free. There's no limit to how much you could save. Plus, you could save even more with no interest or payments for 24 months. With proven quality, you'll get affordable windows that meet or beat the national brands. Don't miss out. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights